and welcome back to another live stream. Today, we are going to be diving in, talking about Star Wars Unlimited, talking about the community event that I was fortunate enough to be invited to this past weekend up in Minnesota, and just having some fun. Hey, Villain Theory, how's it going? Hey, Tree, formerly known as Mike, good morning, good morning. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. How was everyone's weekend? How was everyone's weekend? Oh my goodness, I am so tired. This is a weird looking Marvel Champions. Is that what I call? Yeah, right. It is. It's different. They've added, because like Disney kind of owns both IPs now. They're adding in Star Wars to Champions, and that was a joke, just in case. Uh, my goodness. Yeah, no, I am exhausted. I got back super late on, I guess technically today is Tuesday, Monday morning. Then I did all of this. Music is so loud. I did this. I went to bed super early, and then I woke up at like 4:30 this morning. uh, what game is this? This game is Star Wars Unlimited. This is a new trading card game coming out from Fantasy Flight Games in just a little bit over 2 weeks now, which is kind of crazy. It comes out, pre-releases on March 1st. Official release is March 8th, and it's a head-to-head. Well, actually, no, not really. Not even really a not really a head-to-head game, because there is head-to-head play, but there's also, they announced the multiplayer format over the last weekend called Twin Suns. Fantastic. To be serious, this looks like awesome stuff. I'm so pumped. It's some really cool stuff. Being able to sit down and play the game. I think I got probably, how many games? I probably got 12 games in or so. Very good stuff. Is that I Am Your Father actually a legit strat? The I Am Your Father, and we're gonna do an unboxing of the 2-player starter set, which comes with a Luke and Vader deck. But I Am Your Father comes in the Vader deck, and it's a card where you deal 7 damage to an enemy, which is Luke's health, and you deal 7 damage to an enemy, or if your enemy says no, you get to draw 3 cards. And so, kind of, I mean, it's a good card. It's a good card. Wow, that's some nice swag. And that Vader card. Oh yeah, I pulled some really cool cards, but this Vader card I pulled, I actually think I pulled this while I was there. I've kept a couple of the packs, are not opened. I've been opening them just because it's some really kind of like fun stuff to be doing, and every once in a while I'll open one every once in a while. But yeah, I wanted to kind of go through some of the cards. I pulled another hyperfoil yesterday, the Underworld Thug. So the hyperfoils in this game are absolutely gorgeous. So there's the foils. There's a foil in every single pack, and then there's a hyperspace. Ooh, actually, hold on. I may be able to just find the card. Oh yeah, I also pulled Chewie. I'm really happy I got Chewie. But there are hyperfoils in the game, which have like borderless extended art. So here's a hyperfoil, or a hyperspace card. I'm sorry, hyperspace card, as opposed to kind of a normal card with a border. And the hyperspace cards, I think, in 2 in every 3 pack, but there's not limited to 1 per pack. The first pack I opened spoiled me so hard because I got 3 hyperspace in that pack. It was crazy. But then the hyperfoils, I just think, look absolutely stunning. Then I have yet to pull a showcase. Showcase are their alternate art variations of all the leaders, and these are the leaders. These are kind of what you play with. Upside down. And those are 1 in every 288 packs. So I don't plan on pulling those anytime soon. I used to be a huge Star Wars guy, big Vader fan. That card is so cool. It's so, yeah, the Vader. Someone actually pulled a holo version of this, which is just crazy. So this is a legendary. The little L down here. Let's see if we can get that to focus super close. Yeah, there you go. Hey, look at that. Go camera. The legendary tag there. So that's one of the rarer cards. I'm not familiar with TCG. Is it like you buy a pre-con deck and then you buy random booster cards? Yes, yes, and yes. So a lot of TCGs have a pre-con and then or pre-con decks, and it sounds like they're going to be doing multiple decks. Hey, Silent, thank you for the subscription. Subscribe for 18 months. 18 month streak. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Awesome. Vader, Hoth, Snow Troopers, let's go. So it does sound like they are doing a starter deck for each one of the releases. They announced Moff Gideon and Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, as the starter decks for set 2, which is coming out later. I think they're doing it every 4 months. And so it comes with the starter decks, and then there are going to be the randomized booster packs. So in every set, there's, I think, 252 cards around that, and with varying levels of rarity, and you can construct your decks based on the deck building rules, which are pretty much non-existent. There are no deck building rules other than like you can have 3 copies of a single card in your deck, and outside of that, the deck building is literally just kind of unlimited to risk sounding too punny. It is pretty unlimited what you can do with the decks, and it just costs more to play them if you're not playing with your associated aspect. Jeremy Stewart, they did a really good job making Luke and Vader actually legit good, strong, and competitively viable, both leaders and unit versions. Yes, 100% agree. So let's talk about the event, because I want to talk about the draft, which is one of the second, or kind of the second thing. We got there on Friday, and we had a dinner that evening, and then the next day was kind of the big event where we got to play a lot of the games. Fantasy Flight was doing their live stream. We were kind of behind the camera on the live stream, kind of watching the live stream, but also kind of playing along with them during the event. Just stopped in real quick while I'm at work. So excited about Star Wars Unlimited. Oh, me too. I'm pumped. It's so exciting. Compared to Magic and Lorcana, which one looks the most fun? This one by far. I don't play a lot of Magic. I have played Lorcana, and Lorcana is good. Lorcana is very fun, but I feel like this is the most fun game because it just has a lot more dynamics going on. There's, 2 different arenas that you can be playing in. Your leader is an interesting dimensionalization to the game. So very, very much like this one the most. Plus the theme is just awesome. I'm trying to find one of the hyperfoils that I had. I have cards all over this place. But Star Wars Unlimited is like grown-up Lorcana in my limited experience from Gen Con. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It feels like there's a lot going on in Star Wars Unlimited compared to Lorcana. Lorcana does an excellent job of making a TCG that's very accessible to players. The Force is with this game 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I got a hyperfoil. So the not hyperfoil. I need to stop saying that. The hyperspace, the frame breaks, they also come in the leaders, and so I got a hyperspace Chewie. I also got a hyperspace Krennic. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going. Oh, there's the hyperspace Krennic. Still trying to figure out how I'm going to organize all the cards. But the event, we got there. They gave us the swag, a bag full of swag, and the main event that day for us creators while there was to play a sealed format. The way that works is you get 6 booster packs, and you construct a deck of 30 cards with those 6 booster packs. Big fan of Star Wars. I don't want to ruin myself. I already own everything Marvel Champions and started getting a few things for Arkham LCG. Yeah, no, it's a big hobby. It's absolutely a huge hobby. And so we got 6 booster packs. We got to open those booster packs and construct a deck. And then we were in a pod of 8 people, and we got to kind of play a round robin inside that pod just for fun. And you're allowed to use any of the leaders that you opened, but they also gave us a Luke and a Vader. And so here's like the Luke, and I think this is the same promo that you got if you've played it at Gen Con or any of the other conventions where it's kind of Luke. This is also the Luke that comes in the 2-player starter here. And I ended up using Luke as my leader, and I built it was a Vigilance, which is blue, a Cunning, which is yellow, and Heroism, which is what Luke is, deck. And so it was fun. Does it play solo? No, it doesn't. It is minimum 2 players. Star Wars Unlimited innovates the genre a lot more than Lorcana. Lorcana's resource system feels especially outdated. Interesting. Yeah, it's the same resource system as Star Wars Unlimited, where any card can be a resource. What I really like about Star Wars Unlimited is any card can be a resource. You put it into like your resource row, and then you exhaust it to pay the cost, which is listed up here in the top right. The kind of couple things that I enjoy about Star Wars Unlimited more so than Lorcana's resource system is a kickstart. So at the start of the game, you draw 6 cards. You can mulligan those 6 cards, draw back up to 6, and you take 2 of those 6 cards and put them into your resource row. So you start with 2 resources on the table, which is so nice. So nice. And then at the end of every round, after both players have passed, you draw 2 cards and you resource one of them. Or you resource a card. You can resource up to 1 card. You don't have to resource the cards, but you get to draw 2, which really helps kind of. So it solves a lot of problems. It solves a lot of problems that like I have seen before in, Lorcana, especially with like some of the starting decks where I feel like I'm drawing cards and I have to ink them is what it's called in Lorcana, but I don't have enough card draw, and so I'm just like drawing the top card and then playing that card, drawing the top card and playing this card. Whereas in this game, when you get to draw 2 cards at a time, you get a lot more variety. You get to see a lot more of your deck, and then you can resource cards a lot more ambitiously, or hold on to cards knowing that you're going to ramp pretty quickly. I'm curious to see if we get a local scene here. My local is specifically focused around TCG. They do a ton of events for them. Nice. Yeah, I'm going to a pre-release event on March 1st, and then I plan on playing. I know my local store is planning on doing an evening for the games, but I had the most fun this last weekend um with the Twin Suns format. And we'll talk about that here in a second. Do you see this being primarily a speculative investment like Lorcana or Pokemon, where half the hobby is collecting and selling, or do you feel the gameplay is strong relative to the others? I think the gameplay is really strong here, and what I like about this game is it feels like they've done a really good job of making it so that you can collect the foils, the hyperspaces, the unique cards, but they're not necessarily so rare that you can't play them. So this card here, this hyperfoil card, it's not it's not a super interesting card or anything, but like this card exists in its standard format, and this card is nothing but prettier than the standard format. It doesn't do anything special. It's just more rare because it's shiny, right? And this card is probably going to cost 2 cents, but or the common version of the card, but the hyperfoil is going to be whatever it is. So I feel like it's a very approachable game. You can build very competitive decks, or I'm speculating at this point, I should say, very competitive decks that are non-hoil, non-hyperspace, easy to buy decks that are going to be really competitive for not a lot of money. I'm not really big on collecting for the sake of collecting. Yeah, totally. And I think with this, you're going to have the cool cards that people can go out and chase, but those chase cards are going to exist in a format that is easily accessible to the casual player. My wallet is already twitching at the idea of getting back into a TCG. You should totally do it. You should totally do it. It's a good time. Yeah. The other way that I plan on enjoying the game is the draft and sealed events. So I really enjoyed the sealed events. The sealed, which we did there, was 6 packs. The packs are $4.99 a piece, and they come with 16 cards each. The sealed is you buy 6 packs, you build a deck, you play. Draft, you actually only need 3 packs to draft in this game, which is really cool. Not really highly played legendaries could go for a lot of money even in their normal version. That's true. They could. I think that the pull rates on the legendaries are not outlandish though. I've gotten sick of the TCG where it just seems people only collect it and don't play. This game, on the other hand, seems like it was designed as a game first and collectible second. I totally agree with you there. I feel like the team understands what creates a good game, and they've implemented that. Is the game out? The game comes out, the pre-release is March 1st, and then we have the official release a week later on March 8th. So it's coming out very, very soon. Soon. Yeah. Um but draft, yeah, so I was saying draft, you only need 3 packs to play. So $15 you can draft. And that's going to be a lot of fun too, where you get 3 packs, you set aside your leaders, and you take a card, pass the pack, and you pass it around the table, and then you get to build an entire deck out of 3 packs. And so they've got a couple of different ways to approach the game and try the game for very inexpensive. Twin Suns was announced. I did an interview with MJ, who is one of their designers and one of the 4 designers in charge of Twin Suns. Just like Magic Commander drafts. I've never played Magic Commander, and so probably uh, this is that is very affordable for draft. I feel like that is where I'm going to concentrate my efforts so I don't go broke collecting. Totally agree with you. And I really like the idea of draft. I really like the idea of sealed. Constructed is kind of the other format where you build a 50 card deck and you go crazy, and like that's where all the good players play, right? That's not 100% true, but that's where like I think most of like the high level tournaments are going to be, is constructed. The draft, the sealed format also leads into Twin Suns. Twin Suns is from what I understand of Commander, I've never played, I don't know a lot about Commander, but it sounds similar to that in the sense that it's a multiplayer singleton format, and you get 2 leaders, which is awesome, and you build a 50 card deck. Now, after in year 2, it's going to go up to 80 card deck, but there's just not enough cards right now to build a 80 card deck in the game, because you can only have 1 of any given card in the deck. And so that makes it super affordable. Now, if you have Darth Vader, you don't have to buy 3 of them because you pulled it. You want to use this awesome card, you can, and you only need 1 of them because you can only have 1 of them in your deck. And that's a multiplayer 3 to 4 to plus number. We did a 5 player. I think I would max out at 4 player, and it was really good. We played a lot of the Twin Suns over the weekend, and I think that's probably going to be my favorite way to approach the game. Apart from Luke, Vader, and I think you said the Mandalorian and Moff Gideon, anything else announced? The entire card pool has been announced at this point. So every single, or for set 1, I should say. So every single card in set 1 is out. And I think there were like 14 cards that were not announced before the event, but all of the cards have been announced at this point. But outside of that, outside of like new content or what they're going to in the future, I don't think they've announced anything. 80 seems high. Well, so the idea behind it, hold on, sorry, Billy, lots of TCGs out there trying to take my my main game was One Piece. I heard One Piece is really good, but I got priced out of it and saying how much that game costs. Oh, really? I'm hoping this will be slightly cheaper. I'm hoping so too. I think the way that they've set it up, I feel like it's going to be on the more inexpensive side. 80 seems high. What is Twin Suns? Twin Sun is that multiplayer format where you come in with 2 leaders. And so this was my Twin Suns deck. I built a Luke and Jin deck. And so you pick 2 leaders. They have to share either heroism or villainy. You can't go like Luke and Vader as your 2 leaders. You have to share, I chose heroism. And you get 1 base. And the goal is to have the most remaining health at the end of the game. The game ends at the end of the phase where the first player is eliminated. So players eliminated, you're sitting around for max 5 minutes until the next game can start. And then whoever has the most health at the end of that phase wins the game. So cool. 80 seems high. The idea behind it is that you can build 1 deck and you can play that deck 4 or 5 times and see new cards each time you play. One copy of each card, 80 cards, you can shuffle and you can play just a huge or a large variety of games, and that's kind of the idea behind the singleton format. I swore off TCGs years ago. LCG's taken enough of my money, but I'm enjoying watching the Star Wars Unlimited games. Yeah, yeah. I feel like the uh um yeah, TCGs can be dangerous, but I'm really enjoying this one. Here's the difference between the hyperfoil and the common, or the normal card. So you can kind of see the frame break and then the foiling on it. That's wonderful. Yeah. 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 I'm 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 really I'm really looking forward to the game. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, the art is fantastic. A lot of people complain about the art, and I don't know if I necessarily agree with that complaints. I think that there are a couple of arts or pieces of art that are not my favorite, but I think overall I love the aesthetic. I think it's amazing. Zyblai or Zydlo. I hope they release neutral leaders like an aggression cunning Hondo. Oh, nice. Honaka, that's neither heroic nor villain, and leaders that become space rather than ground units. I think that we will definitely see leaders that become space units. Um, I will be interested to see if we see like neutral. That'd be kind of cool. Random question: do you have a favorite card so far? Ooh. I think out of the ones that I've pulled, probably Waylay. I pulled this, so it's the hyperfoil Waylay. This was, I think, my first pack that I opened, but it's just mean. Return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand. It's just cunning, which is the yellow aspect, is just mean. As a fan with Star Wars Destiny, how worried should I be about FFG supporting a new TCG long term? I appreciate the art and is new and not the same recycled Star Wars art from every other FFG game. I 100% agree with that. I think that this game is probably the biggest initiative that I've ever seen FFG take on. They have put so much effort into this game, and like the event that we went to this last weekend had been planned for over 2 years. So they've put in a lot of work. They put in a lot of passion in the game, and I feel like that this game, I feel, and I mean, like, it is a TCG. Like, TCGs are here. TCGs are live and die, and but I think that this one is probably has a fairly decent chance of staying around. I think it's a really good time for Star Wars Unlimited or Star Wars game, and then just the way that they've approached it, it feels like they are very heavily supporting. Welcome, Brant. How's it going? Is this like a CCG where all the packs are booster packs with random cards? Yes. Yes, it is. Do you have a sense of how you'll lean into this as part of your normal schedule post launch, giving its pure multiplayer? I do. I do. I'm not necessarily ready to share that yet because I still want I want to make sure that I have all of that, all those details hammered out before. But yes, yes, I do. Um, yeah. I so the content creator weekend, there were 40 people invited, 40-ish people invited, and I was talking with a couple of them on a way that we could do some stuff. I did that for years with the official Star Wars CCG back in the 90s. Not sure I can do that kind of soul damage again. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, TCGs are, yeah. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, I'm mostly looking forward to Draft, Sealed, and Twin Suns. So many ways to play casual if you don't exactly. Yeah, Brant, I totally agree. I like we went and I opened 10 packs and got, I think, 10 packs, around 10 packs. I built two Twin Suns decks and a um and did the sealed event. Very cool. Got to get back to work. I'll watch the rest on VOD. Catch you later. See you around. That's pretty cool. I don't want you to spoil your plans too early, but I don't have a ton of time these days to actually play, so I can live vicariously through you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So working on that, a lot of those details, but I'm hoping to have that figured out before and announced before we hit pre-release in March. But yeah, I plan on approaching this game at a very, maybe not very, but like compared to the high tier players, a very casual set way to play. My buddies and I are really stoked for sealed play. Yeah, and Twin Suns too. My group is pretty excited. Yeah, sealed Twin Suns. I am so pumped. It's gonna be so nice. Yeah, Twin Suns is a blast. It really is. So in normal Star Wars Unlimited, you take back and forth actions. So I take an action, you take an action, I take an action, back and forth. There's an initiative counter, which one of the actions you can take is claiming the initiative. You pass for the round, and then you get to go first your next round. In Twin Suns, there's actually 3 counters. There's I think they're still calling it the initiative counter, where you take it and you go first in that round and play proceeds clockwise. Second counter is called the blast counter. You can take any of these at any time, but you do pass whenever you take one of these. Blast counter deals a damage to everybody else's base. And then the plan counter, you take it, you get to draw a card and put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck, which is really important in the singleton format when you only have one card and you can kind of find the cards that you need a little bit easier. But that's what we did a ton of and just had so much fun with the singleton stuff. All right, with the Twin Sun stuff. I did a interview with MJ, and so that's on the channel now, and really, really, really fun stuff. So let's look at some of the swag. So we got booster box, we got sleeves. I sleeved my Luke deck, my my sealed deck, and then my Twin Suns deck and the Luke sleeves. We got these Luke sleeves, we've got Vader sleeves, we got these blue Star Wars Unlimited sleeves, and then then these red sleeves. And so I think I'm going to take this deck out of these sleeves and sleeve up the starter decks and keep the starter decks together. I did pre-order a 2-player starter kit already, and so I think I'm going to have that to break down, because there are cards in this starter set that don't come else anywhere. Love MJ's Heroes Design in Marvel Champions, and of course Arkham. We'll have to look up that interview. It's a different MJ. My favorite comment on that was, what? There are 2 of them. This is getting ridiculous. Yeah. And so this is MJ. It's their first design, TCG's design, or card game design. And so there's a team of 4 designers that are newer to the design, and then there's the senior designers, but the junior, which they're called designers, but I'm calling them junior designers to differentiate them from the senior designers. They're one of the big things that they worked on was the Twin Suns. So yeah. Yeah, so we got the sleeves, we got the packs, the 2-player starter deck, which we will do unboxing here pretty soon. We got these buttons, or like these pins, which are pretty cool. So pin for each one of the different aspects. Heroism, aggression, cunning on the top, and then villainy, command, and vigilance there on the bottom. I appreciate how the starter has unique cards, but you only need to buy 1. Yeah, that's another really good way that you can just tell that the team behind it understands the card game, because it comes with unique cards, but it comes with a full playset of those unique cards. So if you buy 1 of these, you get 3 copies of every single unique to the starter cards in the box. Just sell your shiny cards. Yeah, right. Yeah, just scared for your money. Yeah. What is money? What is money? We got one of these Gamegenic boxes. Now these boxes are Star Wars Unlimited Gamegenic deck boxes. There is a double, but I'm not 100% sure what that looks like. But you can kind of see, you can see that it's imprinted with Star Wars Unlimited. It's got the Rebel, or not the Rebel crest, but the Heroism crest up here, kind of over there as well. It comes with this like clamp case, and your leader can slide in the edge here. And then so you can look at this and say, hey, that's my Luke deck. 8 designers is crazy, and proof of how many resources they're putting into the game. Most other games have like 2 designers. Yeah. yeah, this weekend solidified how, to me, how serious they are about this game. It's they're they are putting a lot of work in, and then the team was like, a lot of the marketing designers, a lot of the team was up until like 5:36 in the morning playing the game with us. I went to bed way earlier than that because I'm lame, but like that also just shows how much passion that the team has for the game. The fact that they're willing to stay up until the sun is coming up to play the game, they're invested in the game. I can also sell my all my hero cards and stick with villain stuff. Oh yeah, 100%. I hope to make those deck boxes generic at some point. They work so well for commander decks. Yeah. So all your cards go here. Leader goes here. You open this. This is actually a sleeve for your base, so you can put your base in here. That goes there, and then there's a little secret compartment that has all the tokens, which these are all the game genic tokens. We got a play set of these as well as a promo Spark of Rebellion initiative counter, which I think they're doing one of these for each one of the sets. Sup, party people? Hey, Jester. How you doing? The game genic tokens are really nice. So like these are the translucent damage tokens. Really, I was really happy with these. You got everything from like the shield tokens on, and I had no idea we were getting any of this, and so now I'm gonna have two sets because I've already ordered some of this. Heyo, how's it going? And so, but these are really nice token, really high quality. You got like your +1/+1s. Focus, come on, there you go. And so, just tokens that represent cards. On the backside of each base is either like a shield or a experience token, and so you get a base in every single pack. And so that's in there. But really easy to pack this all up, take it on the run. And yeah. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. We got this play mat, which I actually I didn't realize until I think this morning, because I've been up for 6 hours now because I couldn't sleep. Whenever I travel, I just like I get tired. But I think this playmat was exclusive to the event that I went to. It says event exclusive, but I think that this is a playmat that was just for that community event. And so this is the card art for the card It Binds All Things. So cool playmat. I love Luke. I really do like the graphic design, and they've talked about it before in interviews where they wanted to do a unique graphic design. They chose the graphic design because they plan on pulling from everywhere Star Wars. So we have cards that are in Rebels, we have cards that are in Empire Strikes Back, and so one's live action, one's animated. When we get Clone Wars, that's going to be a different animation style. And so by taking and creating a new art style, they're able to pull from all of these kind of eras of Star Wars and have it look cohesive throughout the entire game. So I really like it. I love the look of this game. Not sure when we'll get it in Australia. Still haven't got Larkana or Deadpool. Oh, hopefully soon. Yeah. Awesome, Matt. Looks mini compared. Oh, yeah, right? It's so tiny. Yeah, I think my smallest mat is probably 2.5, 3 times the size of this for my other games. I did order one of the 2-player mats, which has the space, the ground arena, and it's the one, if you've seen the game at conventions, that's the one that they use at conventions. But that one is for order, and so I got one of those. But yeah, really, I mean, yeah, just really cool stuff. Y'all want to open a booster pack, see what's in it? I'm hoping that the opening it on stream probably means that we're gonna have really good luck with it, right? So we'll open one. Do we want to open Leia, Chewie, or Thrawn? I'm ready for. If I pull one of those showcases, I would. I don't know. I would. It was really cool. So the showcases are one in every 288 packs. Thrawn, let's do it. One in every 288 packs. Wild, absolutely crazy, like odds. And somebody opened a I almost called it a showstopper. Apparently, I've been really into would we hear a Nelson squeal? Absolutely, you would. Um, opened a showcase in their first pack. So over the weekend, we opened two showcases as a group. Oh yeah, we would absolutely hear a Nelson squeal. So 16 card booster. That would have been sick. So IG88. So every single pack comes with a leader and a base. Open yourself up to the force. Let it guide you. So IG88, attack with a unit. Then if you control more units than the attacker, it gets +1 attack, +0 defense for this attack. As an epic action, if you control 5 resources, you can deploy IG88. IG88 comes out, and he's a unit in your ground arena. He's a 5/4. And then it says each other friendly unit gains raid 1. They get +1 while attacking. Hello. Are you into a particular build yet? I have been building and working on my Twin Suns deck, which is this one. And it's a Vader right now, it's a Vader Krennic deck. And I want the is it fifth brother? I think it's fifth brother. The Inquisitor, because he works better, but it's all about kind of like hurting your own units to get a benefit. So that's kind of what I'm going for. We got the command center. This is our base. Green base, command base. On the backside, it's an experience token. Keep fighting. So ready a unit with 3 or less power. This works really well with IG88. That IG88 giving me flashbacks to Shadow of the Empire. Bases don't count against the pack rarities. There are hyperspace and there are rare bases. There are normal bases. So this is a normal base. Comes in with 30 health. Then the rare bases come in with 25 health, but also have a benefit. Are you going to stream with Brant with real cards? Yes, absolutely. I don't think there's a Prince card yet. So ready a unit with 3 or less power. Escort Skiff. Hey, this was one of my preview cards. Let's go. That's fun. So Escort Skiff, 4 cost, command, 4/4. If you control another command unit, it gains ambush, meaning that you can ready it whenever you play a card in this game. It comes in exhausted, and then ambush says you can ready and attack an enemy unit with it. So Escort Skiff. Vigilant Honor Guards. Sentinel. While this unit is undamaged against Sentinel. Jedha Agitator. The Alliance Dispatcher. Play a unit from your hand. It costs 1 less. Frontier ATRT. This was one of the new cards that was not announced before the stream. Syndicate Lackeys. The Jawa Scavenger. Ooh, there's the hyperspace. The Vanguard Infantry. Oh, it's so cool. So when defeated, you can give experience token to a unit. 1 cost, 1/2. Love the frame break. And yeah, you can have 0 to. I saw 3 in one. 3 in my first pack. Prepare for takeoff. The Forced Surrender. Ooh, another hyperspace. Look at that. Force Throw. Oh, that's sick. That's sick. I love this card. Force Throw, I think, is a really cool card, but like that art just looks so cool with that frame break. 2 hyperspaces. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Sick. Sick. Actually, and it's like at this point, this is when I go and look at my other deck, because I think that I have this in my Twin Suns deck. Oh, maybe not. Okay, well, this is definitely going in it. And so like whenever I open a hyperspace, if I open like a hyperspace 2/1B surgical, I would switch the hyperspace into the Twin Suns deck. Oh, okay. Well, perfect. So here's one of the rare bases. So we were asking earlier with Jeremiah, leaders and bases don't count against the pack rarities. So this is one of the rare bases. So we got two bases in this, but this is, I don't think you can get one of these as your base slot in the deck. But Jeddah City comes in with 25 instead of 30 health, and then it has an ability, give a non-leader unit -4 attack, -0 health until the end of the phase. And it's a cunning. So yeah, well that worked out really well. And you can tell that it's rare with like the little R, the gold R there. Just gonna have to move to the States so I can top all your card game releases. Yeah, right. so So yeah, well that worked out really well. And then the last slot is always the hollow. Okay, a waylay hollow. Waylay hollow. Waylay is mean. This was in my first pack. This was the card in my first pack, which is the hyper foil, which I've put some. Oh wait, nope, just right there. Yeah. So here's another like comparison. The hollow waylay versus the hyperfoil hollow waylay. You can kind of see how if frame breaks, takes that hollow all the way out to the corners and everything. So that's kind of the difference of, between the two. That was a pretty good pack. I'm pretty happy with this pack. I don't have Jeddah City yet, which is nice. I don't have that. I really like the hyperspace here. 2 hyperspaces in a pack was nice. IG88, have him. Thrawn served us well. Very much did. Yes. Force Surrender is crazy. So this card, 6 cost aggression event. Draw 2 cards. Each opponent whose base you damage his face discards 2 cards from her hand. I was playing against someone who had a Sabine deck, and Sabine, you can exhaust her and deal 1 damage to every base. And then it was a 4-player game, and so then they played Force Surrender, and everybody had to discard 2 cards. It was brutal. Nice. Cool. Let's open up the 2-player starter set and go through some of those cards. Also, we got this token box. I think they're doing one of these for each one of their releases as well. So this is like a, I don't know what kind of plastic this. It's a type of plastic, but nice little token box there. The 2-player starter. So this comes in with a Vader and a Luke. It has the contents and everything on the back. One of the things that I really like about Lorcana is Lorcana has a... What's the best way to get into this? Lorcana has a booster pack in each one of the starter decks. And I think that's a really cool model. And I kind of wish that there was a booster pack in this, but yeah. Where does that token box come in? So I think like instead of like putting tokens here, you could put the cards in, or the tokens in here, but they also fit cards. So this fits cards if you wanted, like someone was using this to carry around like all their like good pulls, and so there's a lot of trading going on. It was actually kind of fun. Like it was the first, well, it was a time where there's not a secondary market. So no secondary market has been established. The game is not out, and so we were going around trading cards. It felt like, Pokemon in elementary school and stuff. So it was fun. It was fun. Okay, so it comes with, it looks like a cardboard deck box for each one of these. This feels like a step up from other FFG games with how fantastic all this works. I know it's a TCG. They're really behind it. Yeah, totally agree. Sorry, I mean, which product? Oh. I don't know. It may be just like a standalone thing that you can buy, but I'm not 100% sure. Comes with a player mat. So it comes with this, so you can use this as kind of your player mat. But if you don't want this player mat, if you have upgraded, on the backside it's a poster, which is pretty cool. So it has like the Vader art, and then there's a one with the Luke art in it. Because it is a 2-player, so it comes with everything you need to play with 2 players. So, and then Luke on that side. So, it feels like the Marvel Champions inserts with everything, with all of the posters on the backside of like their rules inserts. And then you got your generic tokens, and then your quick start rules for unlimited. Getting the itch to watch the original trilogy again. We just finished. We watched through Andor, then we went to Rogue One. We've watched 4 and 5 now. It's so good. Star Wars is so good. I love Andor. I love Andor. I love Rogue One. I think Rogue One is actually my favorite Star Wars film. Should we go through Vader or Luke first? Ah. And these decks are really good. Like that's the thing. Is like they're viable decks. About Vader, well, you said it first. Yeah, maybe not really good, but they're good. They're fun too. Like it doesn't feel like a starter deck in the terms of like, oh, like this is bad. If they feel good. So Vader, and I think I have. I don't know. It's somewhere. Oh, actually. So here's one of the events that I got from PAX, but you can see the difference with the hyperspace versus the normal. So the frame break on the leader cards as well. So leaders can be hyperspaced. Smell it. Same on the back. So same card, just different art. Smell review. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Vader comes with a command as their aspect. So whenever you're building a deck, you get access to you have access to every single aspect, but the leader comes with 2 aspects. So Vader comes with aggression and villainy. Command Central comes with that. Now, any card that you play with these matching aspect icons, awesome. If you ever want to play a card that has a icon that does not match that, so let's say we want to play the Jawa Scavenger, comes in with that cunning icon up here in the corner. Now we don't have a cunning icon, so for every icon that we don't have on our base or our leaders, you have to pay 2 extra. So the Jawa Scavenger, instead of costing 1, would cost 3 to play if we put it in this Vader Command Center deck. But that's what makes Twin Suns so cool, because you can take Vader and you can add a leader, say you can add Krennic, and now you have access to vigilance as well. So that's kind of the cool part of the game. I like the idea of Vader just sending Jawas into right. Andor is the best TV adaptation in your opinion? I have such a special spot in my heart for Clone Wars, but yes, I think Andor I think Andor is the best, but I don't think it's my favorite. Andor is very, very good. I think Clone Wars and Rebels, honestly, they're both so good. I wonder if FFG bothers with bootlegging security in this one. I don't know. I assume there's something. I agreed about the 2 starter decks. I love how the Vader deck, it includes a super laser technician to use Vader's ability on him, and boom, you got ramp. Well designed decks. Episode 1 is your favorite movie? It's a fun one. There's pod racing. I love pod racing. So it comes with the experience tokens, and on the other side are shield tokens. Shield is toughness. If you're a Marvel Champions, experience is a +1/+1 to your stats. Get Luke out of here. He doesn't need to be a part of this. Yeah, whoever said it earlier, the playmat is so small. We got TIE Fighters. So TIE Fighters, a 1-cost space unit. So I think I've said it earlier, but in the game, you are playing in 2 different arenas. You have a space arena and a ground arena. So space units go in space, ground units go in ground. They can both attack your opponent's base, and they can attack units in the same arena. Now, there are a couple of cards that cross over, but for the most part, you're attacking in that arena. And so I've had games where I've built up a ground force, and then they just come in and deploy a huge space fleet, and just like, oh, now I have to deal with this. But So 1 cost, 2/1, and now that you mention it, I probably should talk about Vader. Toughness, I've been training for this, yeah. So Vader, each hero, or each leader, I just called Vader a hero. Each leader has an ability on it. So Vader's ability says to spend 1 resource and exhaust Vader. If you have played a villainy unit this phase, deal 1 damage to a unit and 1 damage to a base. So that could be a damage to an enemy unit, which is probably what a lot of the time we're going to be doing. But like they were, like Four Walls was just saying, Super Laser Technician is also a target for that. You can deal damage to your own. So Super Laser Technician says that whenever this card is defeated, you can put it into play as a resource and ready it. So you either can attack, knock it out, and you get a resource, which then you can use, or Vader can force choke the Super Laser Technician into resourcing for them. Whenever each leader also has an epic action. So the epic action here comes in with 7 or more resources. You do not have to spend these resources. You just have to have the resources. So a lot of times that's on turn 7, but if you played a couple Super Laser Technicians, maybe that's a little bit earlier. And then you got Vader over here. Whenever you have 7 resources, as an action, you can pull Vader out. He becomes a unit on the field. You can do this once per game. He becomes a 5/8 unit, very beefy unit. And then on attack, you can deal 2 damage to a unit. So when you attack, throw some damage, knock off a shield, then swing in. Vader's mean. Vader's pretty mean. Can you successfully spam only one side of the space to ground arenas and win? Maybe. I potentially. It kind of depends on if your opponent's going to let you do it, I think. I think that's probably more so a viable strategy in Twin Suns, where if you build all towards one side of probably would be ground. I feel like space is not as developed in terms of like spamming cards, I think, as ground is. You could probably just spam ground in Twin Suns and have other players worry about space. So a Nelson and Villery theory matchup coming up. I'd be down. Let's go. I like the color identity mechanic. I do too. I really do too. So that was the TIE Fighter that comes with 2. We've got 3 copies of the Death Star Stormtrooper. This is a 1-cost aggression villainy, 3/1 vanilla. And I think it actually will say on here, yeah, so like Vader has a S, which means that it only comes in this player deck. It is I think they have updated it to meaning special. It's a special card. No promise, but I am feeling the hype. Hype. We got a 1 copy of Admiral Ozell, a 2-cost aggression villainy, 2/3 unit. And because of the way that this game ramps, the hype is strong in this one. Love that. Yes, the way that this game ramps, this is a turn 1 drop. You start with 2 resources on the table. So you could drop this turn 1, then use his action. Next turn, everything comes in exhausted. So you can use his action, which is exhaust this card, play an Imperial from your hand, paying its cost. It enters play ready. Each opponent may ready a unit. So comes in exhausted, stand up. If you use this action before they've even exhausted a unit, you can play a Death Star Stormtrooper, comes in ready, and now you have a 3 attacker ready. Oof. The best thing about a Star Wars game is we're armed with a million quotes. Yes, 100%. Next up, we've got 2 copies of the First Legion Stormtrooper. A 2 aggression villainy, 2/3. While attacking a damaged unit, it gets +2/+0 and gains overwhelm, meaning that it's overkill in Marvel Champions, so any excess damage is dealt to the base. So it becomes a 4/3 when attacking a damaged unit, which Vader damages units. Pretty sick. Hey, good morning, Captain Atreides. Yeah, this is exciting. Also, I will say that the card quality is very good. It's very similar to Lorcana Champ. Well, actually, I don't really handle Champions cards outside his sleeve. So, but have no complaints about the card quality. Deck building is 3x in a deck, and you can have unique cards, which are denotated by the star here. Unique cards are unique to title, or name and title. So you can see the title here is Brazen and Scornful. So you could have another Admiral Mahdi on the table if they are not Brazen and Scornful. One of the kind of combos or like ways you can do this is this Darth Vader is Dark Lord of the Sith, and this Darth Vader is commanding the First Legion. You can have both of these on the table. They are considered different different cards, different named cards for uniqueness. So got Mahdi, 2-cost villainy unit, 1/1 when defeated, ready a villainy unit. Seems pretty good with Vader's out there. Vader's mean. We got 2 copies of the Snow Trooper Lieutenant. 2-cost villainy 2/2. When played, you can attack with a unit. If it's an Imperial unit, it gets +2, +0 for this attack. And then it has reminder text. You can't attack with an exhausted unit, right? But bring in the Stormtrooper Lieutenant, attack with your First Legion Stormtrooper. If it's attacking a damaged unit, it's now a 6th attack and then deals overwhelm damage. Oh, crazy. Favorite color so far? I would have to say it's Vigilance. I think Vigilance is probably my favorite. I think Cunning is just mean. Cunning I've heard described as blue in Magic. It's just mean. But I really like Vigilance. I'm a big fan of Vigilance. The defensive strategy, a lot of shields. We'll see a lot of Vigilance in the Luke deck when we open it. I'm really liking the Vigilance stuff. We got 2 copies of Viper Probe Droid. 2-cost, 3/2. When played, look at an opponent's hand. Oop, that was not on screen at all. Admiral Piet. 2-cost. This is one of those command units. 1/4. Each friendly non-leader unit that costs 6 or more gains Ambush. Ambush means that whenever you play it, you can ready and attack a unit with it. Who would you side with villain theory? I mean, Vader villain deck makes sense. Would be keen to see who you go with. It would have to be Vader, right? I feel like villain theory has to go Vader. Got Cell Block Guard. 3-cost villainy 3/3 Sentinel, meaning that if you have a Sentinel unit in a arena, all attacks have to be targeted towards that Sentinel unit before you can attack a non-Sentinel unit or the base. So units in this arena cannot attack your non-Sentinel units or your base. So it's a way to protect some of your units. Now there is a keyword called Saboteur, which ignores Sentinel and Shield. So there's a way to get around Sentinel, but Sentinel, I like Sentinel a lot. Vader or I Riot, yes. Yellow Cunning is a initiative heavy aspect, so optimizing initiative timing is key. Interesting, yeah. Yellow is mean. I ran a yellow vigilance or cunning vigilance in the sealed over the weekend, and I waylaid, and what's the other card? There's another card that's just defeat a unit. Yeah, vanquish. And so I felt really bad. There was I don't remember exactly what card it was, but it was an 8-cost like AT-AT that my opponent played. I first turn waylaid it back to their hand, return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand. Next turn, they played it and I vanquished it, which is just defeat a non-leader unit. It was mean. Exhaust and bounces are tough when the opponent goes first. True. Well, get hyped. We'll be waiting for the matchup. General Veers, 3-cost, 3/3. Other friendly Imperial units get +1/+1, which is nice because I don't think we've seen, none of these are not Imperial. So you can start to see the synergy that they've built into the starting decks. We got 3 copies of Grand Moff Tarkin, and so this is one of those special cards. So you can kind of see in the bottom right-hand corner that says the S, meaning that the only way that you can get this card is in the starter deck. It's a special card. And so they give you 3 copies of this. So like we were saying earlier, any cards that are unique to the 2-player starter, you get a full play set of, which is really, really nice. Grand Moff Tarkin, 4-cost, 2/3. When played, search the top 5 cards of your deck for 2 Imperial cards, reveal them, and draw them. Put the other cards on the bottom of your deck in a random order. Really nice. Love, love, love card draw. Got an Imperial Interceptor. This is our second space unit. So we have the TIE fighter already, but here's another space unit. It's a 4-cost aggression villainy, 3/2. When played, you can deal 3 damage to the space unit. Beautiful. Love using that to take out any sentinels. Then you can use all your other units to go directly at their base. Got 3 copies of those. TIE Advance. I really like this card. TIE Advance, 4-cost, 3/2. When played, give 2 experience tokens to another friendly Imperial unit. So that could be space, that could be ground, that could be Vader if Vader's deployed. So there's it's funny. Excited for Tarkin. Yeah, Tarkin's really cool. I like Tarkin a lot. He can really draw into some stuff. And then like Vader, which is, this card. I really like this card. And probably works in a similar or a deck that could be modified here. But Darth Vader comes in with Ambush, ready can attack. And when played, you search the top 10 cards of your deck for any number of villainy units with a combined cost of 3 or less and play each one of them for free. So play 3 Stormtroopers, play Admiral Azelle. Crazy. You don't know how hard I found it signing the order to terminate your deck. Right? I want the General Jar Jar leader card. I would love, and he has to be a villainy unit to just kind of lean into like the Darth Jar Jar shtick. Love it. We got an ATST. This is a vehicle, 6-cost vehicle, 6/7 with overwhelm. So any excess damage dealt is dealt to the base. A 6 attack unit is pretty crazy, especially when your base starts out with 30 health. We got a Gladiator Star Destroyer. I actually have a hyperspace version of this, which I really like. I think I saw someone pull a hyper foil of this card, which looked absolutely incredible. But one of the things I really like about the hyperspace cards is how, if there are lines on the card, how they extend to the edge. And so I don't have a good example right now, but like this one, with like all of these lines coming out of the center from like the art, it's almost like a blast. Like these lines extend out and it just looks so cool. Overwhelm, overkill, yes. Yep, pretty much, yeah. And so, yeah, the hyperspace ones of these. But this is a 6-cost, 5/6. When played, gets Sentinel. Give a unit Sentinel this phase. So you can give Sentinel, meaning that, no one can attack your non-Sentinel units or your base. So very, very defensive strategy. Got the Blizzard Assault AT-AT. Big boy. This actually may be what I popped back to the person's hand. Basically, Magic the Gathering's Trample. Yeah. 8-cost, 9/9. When this unit attacks and defeats a unit, you may deal excess damage from this attacking to an enemy ground unit. Insane. Absolutely crazy. Command green is like the aspect that can ramp really well. So you have cards like Super Laser Technician that when they're defeated gets put into your resources. They have cards like I think it's called Resupply. It's a 3-cost event that just says put this card into play as a resource. And so combining the green into large units like the Blizzard Assault or into Vader, who comes out with 7. 7's pretty high. 7, like a lot of the games, a lot of the Twin Suns games, we're ending around turn 7 or 8. And so if you can put your leader into play earlier by either, ramping quicker, it's going to be really nice. I think the most expensive leader right now is Palpatine. Where did I put Palps? I just pulled Palps last night. Yeah. Palps comes in with 8. Got Palpatine. As a TCG, do you think the future looks bright for 100%? Yeah. Yeah. They've done a really good job because you can have as many versions of Vader as you want because of that subtext. And the amount of design levers that they have to pull is pretty crazy. I feel like set 1 is already pretty not complex, but pretty involved, and they have a lot of really interesting mechanics already in set one. And they just have the way that they've set up the game. There's just so many things that they can do to just make it interesting and fresh. Only Han deck, yes. We got Palps. We got Mr. Palps. Emperor Palpatine, 8 cost unit, 6/6 overwhelm. When played, deals 6 damage divided as you choose among enemy units. Now, this does come in on the ground arena, but among enemy units could be space as well. Emperor Palpatine is mean, not nice. Perhaps a pod race cycle coming up. Oh, I would love it. Yeah, we know that the next cycle they just announced the second wave is like Mandalorian era. We got Relentless. Relentless is a 9 cost card. I think probably the most expensive card in the game. I think so far. 9 cost, 8/8. The first event played by each opponent each round loses all abilities. That's devastating. It's not the Devastator, but it is devastating. I played a starter deck match. I like the Relentless art a lot. Yeah, the ship arts in this game are amazing. I almost spat my drink with that name. Yeah, I played a starter deck and I dropped this, and that it helped secure that victory. Then we got another special card. This card only comes in this set. Only hands. That's fire. Only comes in this set. We got Vader's lightsaber. I straight up almost unboxed this. I wanted to save it, and I did save it for the stream. Obviously, we're doing it right now. But I wanted to unbox this set because I wanted this card in my Twin Suns deck. Because you can attach to a non-vehicle unit, but if you attach to Vader, you deal 4 damage to a ground unit, and then the attached character gets +3/+1. So, oh my gosh, yeah. So we get 3 of these. This can attach to Vader, or if you have a unit that's Vader, that also counts. Or you can throw it on the Death Star Stormtrooper. Death Star Stormtrooper could be running around with Vader's lightsaber. Be kind of fun. We got 1 copy of Open Fire. This is an event. Is this the first event we've seen? This is the first event we've seen. Interesting. Deal 4 damage to a unit. Easy. Oh, it looks like all the events are at the back. Got it. We got Recruit. 1 cost command. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for a unit. Reveal it. Draw it. Put the other cards in the bottom of your deck in a random order. I need to find a way to give Jawa a lightsaber. And like the way that the game works is you could, it would cost a lot, but you could give Vader's lightsaber to Luke. Because if you run with a red base, Luke doesn't have the villainy trait, obviously, but that does not mean you cannot play it. It just means you have to spend 2 more. So you can spend 4 and drop this on Luke, and Luke can take Anakin's second saber. We got a Force Choke. 2 cost. Aggression Villainy. If you control a Force unit, this event costs 1 less to play. Oh, this is what we just pulled. I think this is the hyperspace we just pulled. Such a cool cards. What have I missed? Hey, Pure Bones. We're unboxing Vader right now. We still have to unbox Luke. I have a bad feeling about this, right? Let me see. Where did I drop all the cards that we just unboxed? I need to figure out how I'm going to organize all of this stuff. Yeah, there's my Darth Vader. Oh yeah. This is that card that I was actually talking about earlier. I didn't realize that it came in this deck, but resupply 3 costs, put it into play as a resource. So just a way to ramp a turn faster. Now you're giving up 3 costs, but I had one of these in one of my Twin Suns deck, and it really helped because I was running Jin and Luke, and they both came out on 6, and 6, at least the table meta that I was playing at, like we were ending the game 6, 7, 8 on turn. And so like Vader coming or Luke coming in, I really needed Luke to get in and so resupply was helping me ramp into that. Oh, we have 2 more copies of Open Fire. I am your father. So this is also a special card, only comes in this set. I am your father. Deal 7 damage to an enemy unit unless its controller says no. If they do, draw 3 cards. I love this card. I think it's so thematic. It's amazing. It's just such a fun way to implement theme into mechanics. And like it is a tough choice. I mean, giving your opponent 3 cards is not an easy decision. It's not a decision to be taken lightly. It should say unless the component or the opponent says no. I feel my lack of money for this game disturbing. Devastator costs 10. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. We got maximum firepower. A friendly Imperial unit deals damage equal to its power to a unit. Then another friendly Imperial unit deals damage equal to its power to the same unit. So Relentless coming in and Palpatine coming in, hitting something for, 14. That's me, and I don't think anything has 14. But there is, things that give health bonuses and everything. There's a card called the Guardian of the Wills, which is just a very like Voltron target. Because the first attachment or each attachment you play on it costs 1 less. And so in one of our Twin Sons games, I just had a super Voltron Guardian of the Wills, and then someone took it over. I was like, no, my cards. As an old school Magic the Gathering player, this seems like it's going to take the same toll on my tabletop life. Yeah. 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 I've decided I'm just diving in. It's fine. We got Overwhelming Barrage. I've seen this in a hyperfoil. Somebody had this in hyperfoil. Absolutely stunning. Incredible. It was so pretty. So give a friendly unit +2/+2. Then it deals damage equal to its power divided as you choose among any number of units. I like cards like this because it is not locked to the arena. So you can use Overwhelming Barrage to give Palpatine +2/+2 for the entire phase. And then Palpatine can throw 8 damage to a space unit. Competitor for best card in the game is Overwhelming Barrage. It's pretty decent. It's really, really good. Yeah. Think there will be a pro tour. I think that there will be competitive play. And I don't know all about that. I haven't actually looked too much into it because it's not necessarily something that I'm interested in. But they have talked about how they will be doing competitive leagues and stuff. And then they're doing like I forgot what they're called, but there's like the store locators, or there's store events that happen 1 per cycle that I think are limited to casual players. So I don't recall what they're called right now, but they are only able to be like, I think if you play competitively, you're not allowed to enter the tournament. And so they're also supporting like a casual competitive scene. But they have some sick promos. They showed the first promo for that first event, and it's like a holographic Mace Windu. No, that's the one if you win. It's so cool. So cool. That's Vader. Let's open Luke. I think I like... Ooh, actually, I don't know what deck I like more. I've played them both pretty heavily. Look, game looks fun. How many different cards are in the first series? I think 252. They went with a higher card count in each release set, but they're only doing 3 releases a year rather than 4. So like Lorcana is doing 4. Magic, I think, does like 14 or whatever. I don't know. Magic just feels like Magic always has more new product. But they're instead of doing the quarterly releases, they're doing 3 releases a year and having higher cards. 252 plus Vader and Luke. Okay, sweet. Yeah, nice. It's Luke. I have to go with Luke. I like Luke. I like it. So Luke, Vader is the super hyper aggressive player. Luke is the very defensive player. The other thing that I will say is that both of these decks feel good and very like functional, cohesive together. They also provide a awesome back and forth. Like you play Luke against Vader, and they are directly countering what the other player is trying to do, which leads to some really interesting and interactive gameplay. I find your lack of faith disturbing, right? So Luke, as an action, you can exhaust and spend a resource to give a shield token to a heroism unit you have played this phase. Good stuff. Luke's epic action, you can deploy him on 6. Vader is 7. So Luke comes out and he's a 4/7 unit. And on attack, you can give another unit a shield token. So prevents all that damage, but Vader counters because on attack, he deals 2 damage, which knocks off a shield token. Vader can also just attack Luke. If Vader attacks, deals 2 damage, and the 5 damage, Vader can take out Luke in one swing. So it's like it's really interesting how it like how these like cards work together and like they just counter each other. Damage in this game is done simultaneously. So if Luke attacked Vader, Luke would take 5 damage, Vader would take 4 damage. Put Vader back there where he belongs. Got Luke Skywalker. He comes in with the Administrator's Tower, which is a cunning base. Gives us access to the cunning aspect. And then shield and experience tokens. We got the 2/1B surgical. 1 cost, vigilance, 1/3. On attack, you can heal 2 damage from another unit. You can start to already see the defensive and the healing style gameplay coming across. Oh, the R2 and 3PO. We have to... I don't know why they sandwiched the Alliance X-Wing in between R2 and 3PO. They need to be together. This is a cool... Our boosters out too. Boosters pre-release is March 1st. And then boosters and the game's actual release date is March 8th. So R2 and both R2 and 3PO are specials, meaning that they only come in this. R2 is a 1 cost heroism unit. 1/4 when played and when he attacks, or when they attack, I guess. I don't know. Look at the top card of your deck. You may put it on the bottom of your deck, otherwise leave it on top of your deck. So that's cool. Like you can like manipulate what you need, but then you pair that with C3PO, who has a when played on attack ability. It's a 1/4. Choose a number. Then look at the top card of your deck. If the cost is the chosen number, you can reveal it and draw it. So now you have R2 coming in. Whenever he plays, you look at that top card. You play 3PO, you know exactly what that card is. You can draw it. Can I give 3PO a red lightsaber? You 100% can. Yeah. It'll cost you the 2 more because 3PO is heroism. So either the heroism and villainy tags are only on your leaders right now. Store Showdown. That's what it's called. Yes. Yeah, Judge, he didn't say no like Luke. Does it still count? We have the Alliance X-Wing, a 2 cost vanilla space unit, 2/3. Again, I just really like the fact that you can drop this turn 1. And what I have found with both Vader and Luke, but more so Luke, what I found is that I try and always be using Luke's ability. So like on turn 1, if I can drop an R2, I can then use the action to shield R2 with Luke because it does cost 1. Then on turn 2, when I have 3 resources, I drop 3PO and can shield 3PO. And so it gets nasty pretty quickly. It's fun. But all of these, I think, well, most everything in this deck is heroism, which means that it can be targeted. Vader and Luke Vader and Luke are in the 252. Got it. Got a Rebel Pathfinder. This is a 2 cost heroism. 2/3 Saboteur. Okay, so I was saying that Saboteur is in the game. So when this unit attacks, you ignore Sentinel and defeat the defender's shields. So piercing and Shadowcat. Ignore guard and piercing basically. 250 plus 2 leaders. And the 2 starter leaders, because I think there are probably 15 leaders in set 1. That's a random guess. My guess is 10 to 15. But like we have everything from Palpatine to the Gen. We got a lot of A lot of really cool leaders. We got a restored Arc 170. So this is a 2-cost, 2/3, restore 1. So whenever this unit attacks, you get to heal 1 damage from your base. 18 liters. Okay, 18 liters. That's so crazy that we have 18 liters in set 1. That's really cool. Do all of them get starters? No, just this 2-player starter set is the only starter deck. And so you get later and Fluke. Luke and Vader, and this is the only way you can get the Luke and Vader cards. Yeah, no, absolutely. Ask all the questions. That's what this stream is about, is answering questions and stuff. And so this is the starter deck. It comes with 2 fully playable decks, as well as some special cards. Any of the other leaders in a booster pack always comes with a leader. Always comes with a leader and always comes with a base. Luke is card 5 of 252 and Vader is 10 of 252. Nice. Nice. Restore felt pretty good in Twin Suns. We got Leia. This is a special card, so it only comes in the starter deck. 2-cost. 2/2. When played, either ready a resource or exhaust a unit. Very, very good. Very, very good. Because you can exhaust that Devastator if you want for a 2-cost. Or what I like here is, like, on turn 1, you can play ready, or you can play Leia, ready a resource, and then shield Leia if you wanted to. So there's a lot of really cool interactions that the system can bring out. Got a rogue operative. I got a hyperspace version of this. 3-cost cunning or heroism. 2/4 saboteur and raid 2. Raid 2 means that you get to attack. When you attack, you get plus your raid value, so +2. Holos and foils are a thing, yes, and what they do is every single pack has a holographic. Let me just find a holo. But every pack has a holo. Why is it so hard to find a holo now? Yeah, so here's a holo. So every single pack is a holo. There are also what they call hyperspace cards. Hyperspace cards are frame break cards, and so you can kind of see this has like a doesn't have a border. It expands the artwork out a little bit. I think the distribution on average is 2 out of every 3 packs, but you can have I assume as many hyperspaces in a pack as possible. I opened a pack that had 3 hyperspace units, but then also you can have the hyper foil, which is a hyperspace foil, and these are kind of the, the outside of showcase, the rarest form of a card. Yeah. What do you think about the artwork? I really enjoyed the artwork. I think that the artwork, they did a really good job of being able to take a they're going to be able to pull from every single style that we have in Star Wars, and they've talked about the reason that they did the artwork. There's a couple of pieces that I don't love. Like, I don't really like the Han artwork too much on his leader card, but all in all, I think the artwork is absolutely fantastic. My favorite is all of the ships. I think they did a absolutely stunning job on, like, the ships. I just think, like, it's just so cool. They just did a really good job. We got a Fleet Lieutenant. Fleet Lieutenant here is a 3-cost. When played, you can attack with a unit. If it's a rebel unit, it gets +2/+0 for the attack. So, good stuff. 18 liters and 12 bases. Nice. Nice. We got a Wing Leader. 3-cost. 2/1. When played, give 2 experience tokens to another friendly rebel unit. Experience tokens are those +1/+1 unit, or +1/+1 tokens. So now, if you give it to Luke, if Luke comes out, play the Wing Leader. Now Luke is a 6/9. But they are considered upgrades, so any card that defeats an upgrade would defeat those experience tokens as well. We've got Yoda. Yoda, 3-cost. Vigilance, Heroism, 2/4. Restore 2. So when this unit attacks, heal 2 damage from your base. When defeated, choose any number of players. They each draw a card. A lot of the times you're only going to be choosing yourself, but there are going to be times when, like maybe in Twin Suns, you can use this as a negotiation tactic, right? A lot of political stuff happens in Twin Suns. Like, if you don't attack me, I'll let you draw a card when Yoda dies. Like, so it kind of brings in some meta aspects to the game. Cloud City Wing Guard, 3/2/4 Sentinel. Nice. We got a System Patrolcraft, Sentinel, 4/3/4. You can kind of see we got a lot of Sentinel. A lot of Sentinel, a lot of Restore, very defensive style deck. We got the Security Force, 4 cost to 3/7. Got 3 copies of these. I had this guy in my my sealed play. He was, or they did a good job. 7 is a lot. 7 is a lot to go through. A lot of health to go through. We got the Liberator Gunship, 4/3/4 with Ambush. I can picture Villain 3 with his hands doing the evil pyramid fingers and grid that would put the Grinch to shame. Right? I do like the fact that Ambush is only attacking a enemy unit. So whenever it comes in, you can ready and you can attack an enemy unit. You cannot attack the enemy's base. And so there are ways to damage the base. There are ways to ready and attack in the same phase that a card is played. But I feel like if you could ambush the base, it would open it up to so many surprise victories, or so many surprise like game in conditions where if you just play this and attack for 3 on the base, but making it attack a unit, much better. We got our General Dodonna, 4 cost 4/4. Other friendly rebel units get +1/+1. Kind of saw the parallel to that in Vader's deck, but you see a lot of rebel cards out here. They toned down haste because it would be overpowered in this game. Yeah. Sorry for asking questions. No, don't ever be sorry for asking questions. Quickly checking the start of the live and saw the tokens. Does it come the deck box, or do they need to be purchased separately? Are you talking about these tokens? These tokens are the upgraded bits from Game Genic. All of these tokens are purchased separately, and then you have the paper tokens that come in here, the 2-player starter. These are like the cardboard tokens. These come in the starter, but the Game Genic, the acrylic tokens, are a separate product that need to be purchased. We got a Snow Speeder, 5 cost, Heroism, 3/6, Ambush, on attack, exhaust an enemy vehicle ground unit. Good stuff. Anytime. Yep. And even if a character is exhausted, they will hit back on an attack. So like if you Snow Speeder and you exhaust a Devastator, the Devastator's still going to deal damage to you. It's not like Ashes where if you're exhausted you can't retaliate. We got Chewie. Chewie's so annoying. He's a 5 cost cunning heroism 3/6 with Sentinel, meaning you have to attack him, and then whenever he's attacked you get to ready Chewie, which it's so frustrating. Comes in exhausted. Now you can't attack the base. You have to figure out how to take Chewie out, but then he readies and then he attacks for 3. So crazy. So fun. The Chewie leader is similar. Yeah. So the Chewie leader. Got a leader here. Chewie, he's deployed on 7. And as an action, you can play a unit that costs 3 or less from your hand and it gains Sentinel. When he comes out, he's Sentinel, meaning that you have to attack him, but he also has Grit. Grit means that he gets +1 attack for each damage on him. He turns into She-Hulk from Champions, and he has 9 health. And so you have 8 damage on him. He's swinging for 10. You got the Vigilance Honor Guards, 5 cost, 4/6. While this unit is undamaged, it gains Sentinel, meaning that it has to be attacked. So I also like how they have built in like conditional Sentinels, conditional abilities like this. While you have another command unit, this gets this ability. While it's undamaged, it gets the ability. My favorite one, and I don't I don't remember what unit it is, but there's one that gets Sentinel if you have the initiative token. It's like, that's cool. That's just like a cool way to do that. I played the game back last October in Essen. I cannot wait to play it again next month. I already got pre-release fee paid. Let's go. That's hype. That's exciting. Nice. That's very exciting. We got Obi-Wan Kenobi, who I think is probably the most thematic card that I've seen. I really like Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's a 6 cost 4/6 with Sentinel, meaning you have to attack him. But when defeated, you give 2 experience tokens to another friendly unit. If it's a Force unit, you get to draw a card. So if you have Obi-Wan and you've played Obi-Wan, you have enough resources to have deployed Luke, right? 6 cost 6. There's some ways to cheat it, but then Obi-Wan has Sentinel, meaning that the opponent cannot attack Luke. They have to attack Obi-Wan. If they defeat Obi-Wan, Luke gets experience. I just think that's so cool. I love that. And then you get to draw a card. But I love Obi-Wan. I think that he's just a really fun thematic implementation. You said there's some promos on the 2-player box. Can you show? Yeah. I I I didn't mean to use the word promo. I think I would call it unique cards. So like Luke, you can only get in the box. This Leia card, you can only get in this box. And you can tell that because down here, let's see if we can focus. See where in the bottom right, that S stands for special. That means that it comes not in a booster pack. So I think they used to say that stood for starter, and they just updated that to say it's special because they want to be able to use that tag for things outside of the starter packs. R2 and 3PO are the same way. You can't get them in booster packs. You can only get them in this deck. And then there's a couple other cards in here, like Vader's lightsaber is one of them. Yeah. The nice thing about it too is that all of the special cards come with a full playset of the cards. So any card that only comes in here comes with 3 copies, so you don't have to buy multiple starter packs to get a playset of the cards. Foil green milk for Luke. Let's go. Yes. We got Han Solo. 7 cost, 6/6 ambush, meaning that when you play him, he can attack. And when he's attacking, he deals combat damage first. So he can just clear the table. It's really annoying. But yeah, Han can come in. He deals damage before he takes damage. So like quick. Nah. What would be a good? I think there's something for Magic. There's probably something in Magic that is akin to that, but annoying. Resilient, 1 cost upgrade, gives a unit +3 health. Good stuff. Throw that on your Sentinel units. Make your opponents mad. Jetson, this is another special card, so this only comes in this pack. It's a Luke lightsaber, 2 cost upgrade. You cannot attach it to a vehicle unit, although I would like to argue that with duct tape, anything is possible. And so I would say that with duct tape, if there's a card called duct tape, I should say any card can be attached to a vehicle unit. But it gives a unit +3 attack, +1 health. And when played, if the attached unit is Luke Skywalker, heal all damage from him and give a shield token. Sick. Which ironically, this is Anakin Saber. Jawa tape. Yes, 100%. Has to be Jawa tape. So, okay. So this saber, let's settle a debate. Is this saber is Luke saber or is this Anakin saber? I've always considered this Anakin saber that Luke was using. And then the green saber is Luke's saber. And then this is Vader's saber. But I always think of that one as Anakin saber. Looks like yeah, it's Anakin's. It's not Luke's. It's Anakin's. To be fair, they both were fairly careless with their saber, and they both lost it. So it's definitely not Rey's saber. I will say that it is not Rey's saber. Luke's borrowed lightsaber. Yeah, yeah, borrowed without full permission. Inherited. Okay. Dad saber. Yes, yes. We got Repair. This is a 1 cost, heal 3 damage from a unit or base. Pretty decent. Heirloom Quality. Yeah. Dad Saber is another card I need to give to a Jawa. and like there's no like restricted slots or anything. So like now I want to see like a Jawa wielding Luke and Vader Saber. The leaders are the same cards they give to everyone that played the game in Essen. Yes. Yes. Good to know that people don't need to chase them around when trying to get a full collection. I will say that the ones that were given out at Essen or any of the other conventions as the promos are slightly cooler because they're hyperspace. At some point, I'll put all of these cards in a easily accessible spot. Yeah, here we go. So like if you see Vader, this is the one that comes in the 2-player starter deck. It has like the border and everything. This is the one that was given out at all the cons and everything. It has the hyperspace, so that frame break, the expanded artwork and everything. Guess this makes the end of Star Wars deck builder. I don't think so. I think it services different groups, different designers, different teams working on it. I don't think that it's I don't think it kills the deck builder at all. Yeah. Repair plus duct tape must be the most broken combo. Did you open a booster? I did open a booster earlier. We'll open one more after we do this unboxing. And then I've been doing shorts. So if you follow on YouTube, if you follow my account on YouTube, I'm doing like one, maybe more a day, or I'm opening different shorts. Because I have a lot of fun with those shorts. Those are so much fun. We got Shoot First, a 1-cost Cunning event. I'm going to have to take it away from the screen so I can read it. Attack with a unit. It gets +1/+0 for this attack and deals its combat damage before the defender. So, yeah. Han shot first. Oh my gosh, that's super thematic. Oh, I did not think about the thematic tie-in for Han. Never forget, Han shot first. That's why he deals damage before his opponent. That's amazing. That's straight awesome. Okay, that actually may take my spot for most thematic over Obi-Wan. That's cool. Oh my gosh, I love this game. This is so much fun. They said at Gen Con last year that they were working on an expansion to the tech builder. Yeah, I assumed that they were doing expansions to that. We also need a Greedo shot first card. Yes. We got an Asteroid Sanctuary. 2 copies of this in the starter. Exhaust an enemy unit for 2 cost. Give a shield token to a friendly unit that costs 3 or less. I had this in my sealed deck, and it was pretty annoying because I had a Sentinel unit that I was just dropping, and then I was giving shield tokens to that. Wonder if it was one of these. Cloud City would be a good target for that because you can exhaust an enemy unit, give a shield token to a Sentinel, which just makes it so much more frustrating to get through. I just hope they don't kill Outer Rim. That game is a lot of fun. I've never tried it. Greedo's card is great and thematic as well. I don't think I know. Hey, Brown Bay, how's it going? I don't think I know Greedo's card. I love to see this. Yeah, I don't think I know Greedo's card. Slow on the draw. Nice. That's amazing. We got Surprise Strike. This card is annoying. If you're playing against it. Great if you have it. Surprise Strike. Attack with the unit. It gets +3/+0 for this attack. So, oh gosh, yeah. Just show up, and if you think you can, I think actually Brant. I don't know if Brant's still on, but I think Brant used Surprise Strike to win a game in one of our streams. When he's defeated, he flips a card from the top of your deck. If it's a unit, he gets to deal damage to. Oh, that's cool. Nice. He literally shoots second. Yes. Most of the time he misses. Yeah. That is really cool. No, they did a great job with the thematics in the game. We got 2 copies of Waylay. Oh, hey, this was the combo that I was running in my sealed. I got both of these cards in my sealed. So Waylay, you return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand, and Vanquish is defeat a non-leader unit. Vanquish is a good card, especially for like limited stuff. That's a Luke's deck. I think I enjoy playing Luke's deck a little bit more. I personally enjoy the defensive style play, and so I like Luke's deck. I'm really happy to have opened these because now there's a couple maybe not. I'm glad I got two-player starters because I'm gonna keep these. I think I'm gonna keep these starters sleeved, and so I can play the starter decks with people. But then the second one, I'm gonna be able to pull out and put into all my twin sons deck because I need Leia in those decks. I need nice. Alrighty, because I forgot who it was, and they've also already moved off my chat screen, but because some people currently on the stream didn't get to see the last booster open, I feel like we should open another one, right? I feel like we should open. Plus, it seems like y'all are good luck. The last booster that we opened seemed pretty decent, and so I feel like I'm gonna use some more of that luck and open another one. I feel like that's a good way to finish the stream. Ah, Luke Saber. I do want a Luke. I don't have a Luke unit yet. Sweetness. Let's go. Yeah, Kraken packs. R2 and 3PO. Love them. Did you get the chance to see the promo they will give on the pre-release? I believe it was Mace Windu. I think the Mace Windu card, I think I said that. I think the Mace Windu card is actually what you get if you win one of those store showdown events. And you get a mace if you come in the top 8, top 4, top 2, and top the winner. And it has like champion, top 2, top 4, top 8 printed on it. I think the promos for the pre-releases are the um hollow hyperspace versions of Luke and Vader. Yeah. The Luke and are they alt art? Sick. They have a special foiling. The foiling in this game is really solid. Okay, we're gonna open Leia or Chewie. Rolling the drums on the next booster opening. Yeah, they're alt art. Sick. Nice. That's so hype. That's so hype. Yeah, so Leia or Chewie. What are we gonna do? Whoever says it first gets the choice. One of these has a showcase in it. I can feel it. You can weigh them, and the hollows weigh heavier. Chewie. Yeah, that one felt heavier. Chewie. Do you like this or Arcana better? 100% this one. Yeah. We've gotten the starters for that game. It's a lot of fun. We'll definitely be trying this out as well. So 100% I like this one more. I will say I really, really enjoy Lorcana. I think Lorcana is a very, very fun game. This one, from both a mechanic and a thematic standpoint, I enjoyed this one more. Someone get this walking carpet out of my way. Anyone know what the rules on unique cards are? Like, can you play a Vader unit if you have the Vader leader? Can you play a Vader if your opponent has Vader in play? You can always... uniqueness only applies to your side of the table, and uniqueness checks title and name. So this Darth Vader is called the Darth Vader Darth Lord of the Sith. That's the little subtitle under Vader. But the Vader units is Vader commanding the Legion. These are considered different cards when you're evaluating uniqueness, but you cannot have two of these Vaders on the table. But you could have these two Vaders fighting beside each other. Alrighty, Chewie. I feel it. These are paper packs. I really like the paper. I feel like it's more ecologically friendly, but also it's just very satisfying to open. Oh, it's a hyperspace boba. Look at that. Hype. Yes, good call. Hyperspace boba. Yes, that frame break boba. Boba's really, really good. I like boba a lot. Nice. Yes, so when an enemy unit leaves play, you may exhaust this leader. If you do, ready a resource. Oh my gosh, yes, love that hyperspace. Got any good pulls yet? Yeah. Hey, John, how's it going? Yeah, I think my favorite one so far is my Hyperfoil Waylay. I really like the Hyperfoil Waylay. Let's see if I can pull it or find it real quick. I put it somewhere. My cards are all over the place right now. But I mean, we just opened this, which is pretty hype. I like that. And then we got on the other side, when it's deployed, it deploys on 5. It's a 4/7. When this unit completes an attack, meaning it must survive. If an enemy unit left play this phase, ready up to 2 resources. Hence my only Han deck. You need a 2-cost Han, a 3-cost Han, a 4-cost Han, and so forth, right? Yes. So Boba Fett, Hyper Boba. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. We got Catacombs, so an aggression base for us. Nice. We got the Jeddah Agitator. We have this in Vader. Snow Speeder. There's a Gladiator Star Destroyer. Resilient. We're opening all of these starter deck cards apparently. Death Star Stormtrooper. I think every single one of these is in one of the starter decks, I think. There's a new one. Hey, Escort Skiff again. Mining Guild TIE Fighter. On attack, you can pay 2 money or 2 resources. If you do, draw a card. I like that. Maximum Firepower. Oh, sweet. Okay, so another one of these. That's nice for the play or the deck. Surprise Strike. Blizzard Assault AT-AT. Oof. Disgusting. Oh, Sabine! Look at that. This is my first Sabine. 2 costs, aggression, heroism, 2/3. While there are at least 3 aspects among other friendly units, this unit can't be attacked unless she gains Sentinel. That's kind of hilarious, actually. Sarlacc Stomach loved this Boba card. Yes. On attack, you can deal 1 damage to the defender or to a base. Super tie-in, super thematic to Sabine's leader card. Used by a Jin Urso leader on the table. Yeah, I got Jin. This is who I was running my Twin Suns deck. I was running a Jin Luke deck. Oh my goodness, yeah. Love. And she's also a Spectre unit, so she ties in with Hera. I don't have a Hera yet. I do want a Hera leader. But that's a new card for me. I really like Sabine. Boba Fett bringing in some heavy dopamine hits. Yeah, right? Entrenched. Ooh, Entrenched is a 2. 3/3. Attached unit cannot attack bases. Let's go. That's really nice for all your Sentinel units. Ooh, Agent Callus. Let's go. Agent Callus, 5 cost. Command, 4/4 with ambush. When another unique unit is defeated, you may draw a card. Use this ability only once each round. This feels like a pretty decent Twin Suns deck, or Twin Suns card, where you can use this for like if there's 4 players at the table, there's more unique cards on the table. Then our holo is a Sabine, a holo Sabine. Look at that. That's awesome. I like that even more than the other Sabine. So 2 cost, aggression, heroism, but holo. I love the holoing in this. Oh, I didn't notice this on the non-holo version, but it is on there. You can see her version of the Rebel Phoenix kind of in the background. Holo Sabine, let's go. This was a great pack. Got the hyperspace Boba. We got Sabine. We got Agent Callus, which is also a new card for me. Yeah. Good call. Good call on the Chewie pack. Let's go. Nice. Nice. We should open one more, right? We should open the last pack. I feel like we have to. Got to run, but this stream has been super fun. Hopefully I remember to watch the not MJ interview. Yeah, we're gonna open one more pack. Everyone's here. We're having a good time. Let's do it one more time. Do it. Sabine Holo. Love that. Ooh. Do it. Do it. Alrighty. We opened a Thrawn, Chewie, and now a Leia pack. So here we go. Break into this. Oh, we got Leia in the Leia pack. I like it. Nice. So Leia Organa. Let's go. Leia Organa. As an action, we can attack with a rebel unit. Then you may attack with another rebel unit, giving you a little bit of action efficiency there. You can deploy her on 5 resources. Let's go. Hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. We got Leia coming in. She has raid 1, which means that when she attacks, she gets +1 attack. She's a 3/6, and then when you complete an attack, you can attack with another rebel unit. So if she survives that attack, you get to attack. She's that commander, right? Green, you get to interactions with other cards. You got the Dagobah Swamp. This is our Vigilance, 30 health base. Then the Leia Organa Resistance General will make 2 resistance units attack, right? There is a, I don't remember what the card is, but there is a event that allows you to attack with 2 rebel units, and then if Leia's one of those, and you can somebody was running it in the Twin Suns like Twin Suns variant, and it was just dirty. They just kept going. There's so many attacks. Academy training, 2 cost, 2/2. You got little Ezra in there. Ezra's hanging out in his little academy training uniform. Scout Bike Pursuer, 2 cost, 1/4 with grit, meaning that every single damage adds to their attack. I like this one. The Ardent Sympathizer. I really like this guy's art. 3 cost, 3. When you have the initiative, this unit gets +2. So if you have initiative, he's a 5/3 for 3. That's pretty awesome. But what's cool about the game is one of the actions you can take is take the initiative. And so if your opponent takes the initiative, then you no longer have the initiative. You still got to go first that round, but you don't have the initiative, so this loses the attack. We got the Regional Sympathizers. Rebel, restore 2, heal 2 whenever you attack. We got the Patrolling V-Wing. When played, you get to draw a card. 2 cost. Another maximum firepower. Let's go. Let's go. We got a Crafty Smuggler. So 2 cost, 2/2 shielded. I know Brant ran a lot of these against me in one of the games. They were annoying. We got a Rogue Operative. 3 cost, 2/2 Saboteur Raid 2. Oh! Yeah, Jetta Agitator Hyperspace. Let's go. That's so cool. The hyperspace looks so cool in this game. That frame break extends that artwork out. Just looks so cool. I feel like I want to run like a Twin Suns hyperspace deck. Just any hyperspace goes in that deck. Crafty Smuggler is really good. Hey Brant, how's it going? Yeah. We got Force Throw. AT-AT Suppressor, 8 cost. I actually don't know if I have this card yet. So 8 cost, 8/8. When played, exhaust all ground units. Disgusting. We got Shoot First. Oh, we got Relentless. The first event played by each opponent each round loses all abilities. Then our hollow slot. What do we got? Ooh, Wedge Antilles. This is a rare hollow. Look at us go. Yeah, this is a new card for me as well. Wedge Leadership Heroism 5/5/5. Each friendly vehicle unit gets +1/+1 and gains ambush. Sick. Red Leader. Nice. That's an exciting pull right there. That's a really exciting pull. I feel like, there's a whole vehicle deck that you can run. Nice. Sweet. Yeah, that was a ton of fun. Oh my goodness. A lot of really cool pulls. You got Wedge, you got Sabine, a lot of hyperspace. I like how frequently or how like the distribution and how high the distribution is for hyperspace. Feels like every pack ish every other pack you're gonna get one or a couple, and it's just like it feels so cool when you open and you see it. It's like, yeah. And any card, I think any card can be hyperspace. You can have hyperspace bases. It's just really cool. Sweet. Well, that's what we are doing today. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be doing Lord of the Rings. We're going to be continuing on in the progression playthrough, the solo progression playthrough. And then on Thursday we're going to be continuing on in the solo challenge that Astrodar has up on the Alter Ego Chronicle for Marvel Champions. I really like the 2-card aspect in this game. I've never seen that in a TCG. I love it too. It's really good. Yeah. It solves so many of the problems that I don't like in card games. Sorry I missed the middle. I was playing Star Wars. Oh, nice. That's exciting. How quickly are you going to bring Hemlock Vale to the table? When does Hemlock Vale come out? I don't know when I'll do a playthrough of the entire campaign. Usually for the new Arkham stuff, I like to give at least a couple months, because I feel like I want to play through it blind while people who have already played through it. And I feel like this past weekend, but it's out. Cool. Nice. But I'll play through the first scenario to kind of give a tease and like play through that and have that available. But for the entire of the campaign, it'll probably be a month or two after the release, just so it gives people time to play through, and so they don't have to be spoiled when they're watching my stream. But I'll do unboxings of the player cards as well whenever I get that. If it's already out, then my store may already have my copy. Cool. Awesome. Well, I appreciate y'all hanging out. Hope you all enjoyed. I'm really pumped for this game. I'm pumped. I'm excited. So there'll be more content around the game on the channel here soon. But until then, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Peace.